guys, Kat here from Standing Stone Kennels. We train, prepare, and run dogs through the NAVHDA testing system. We are going to be going over the 3 phases of the NAVHDA Natural Ability Test, and that includes the water phase, field phase, and tracking phase of the test. In this video, we'll be showing the tracking phase of the NA test. The tracking phase is going to evaluate a puppy's focus and concentration to confidently follow their nose on the path of a pheasant. So follow along and be sure to look for those other 2 phases of the Natural Ability Test in 2 other videos. We're going to be setting up the NAVHDA Natural Ability Track. To do that, you need a pheasant, and I've got my pheasant here. We need to pull flight feathers on one wing. So flight feathers are going to be these long feathers here through approximately here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. You have to pull them, you cannot cut them for the natural ability test. We are simulating a wounded pheasant that's able to run off, that our dog has to come in and be able to track. So if there's a little bit of blood, that is okay, because our pheasant is wounded and needs to be tracked. You don't want these feathers to distract your puppy, so you make sure that they go back in your bird bag. We don't want our pheasant to be able to fly away. We just want it to run off. So we pick a spot on the ground. We pull a handful of breast feathers, kind of create a scent pad here. And then we want our judges, one on this side of me, one on the other side of me, so that we can help direct this pheasant out and not running behind us. And just head out that way a little bit, cut him off. Good. Sometimes you dance around and look a little silly trying to get your pheasant to run off in the direction you want it, but that's okay. Slow and steady, he's gonna get out of here. This is gonna be a nice track for our puppy. Perfect. And we'll just wait until that pheasant is out of sight so that our puppy won't be able to see it right away when we get up here. Perfect, he's gonna just keep on moving on. Judges, if you want to come back to me, that'll be perfect. And we just keep an eye on where that pheasant is going so we have an idea of the track it's laid for our puppy. We have a wind that's slightly at our backs and a crosswind this direction. So when giving instructions to our puppy handler, we want to make sure that when they release their puppy, they are on as much of the downwind side of that track as possible, because if the puppy gets up on this side, they have nothing to track. I can still see that pheasant moving a little bit out there, but he's still headed in the direction we want him to, so that's great. The drone footage should also be able to give us a pretty good bird's eye view of the track that this pheasant laid for us. Okay, I'm going to be able to call my handler up now to give instruction. Tessa, if you want to make sure that we don't lose our feather pile. Handler! And then I'm just going to step back here to give instruction so that the distraction of the feathers aren't there for the puppy. Keeping your puppy as calm and under control as possible during this process is really important so that they aren't getting overly hot or breathing and panting through their mouths so that they can't smell. Utilizing a half hitch on your puppy, a little suitcase handle like that, is a great way to gain a little additional control. Okay, handler, I'm going to give you your instruction for this track. Tessa has your feather pile and the direction that your pheasant ran off. I want you to make sure that your puppy is fully focused and on the scent before you release her. Once you've released her, you can't give any more cues or commands. Just stand there and look in the direction of the track. I would like you to hold under her collar underhand like this so you can just easily release her collar. You'll take her leash off before we approach. Get her focused on the feathers. You're able to take a few steps with her, but once you've released her, no more commands. Also, keep in mind your wind. It's slightly at our backs and a crosswind, so when you release her, make sure she's on that slight downwind side of the feathers. Do you have any questions?
If she's not like locked in, can I come back and start over, or do I have to let her go?
As long as you haven't released her, yes.
Okay.
So make sure she's focused. If you need to take a few steps with her, bring her back around, you're absolutely able to do that.
All right.
Okay, let's go up here where Tessa has your feathers. So Taylor's behind us. When she comes back this direction, if she's looking at us for direction, we're going to take a couple steps with her.
Okay.
Take a few steps forward. There we go. Handler, you can go get your dog. We'll grab your leash for you.
Thank you. Taylor, hey, pop, 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 pop. Hey, that a girl. That a girl. Oh, there it is.
There's our pheasant. She had it pinned down.
Good girl.
Good puppy.
Good. That a girl. Yeah. Good girl.
Thank you, Handler. Thanks for watching this demonstration of the NA tracking portion of the test. As you saw, Charles released Taylor well at the beginning. She had some scent acknowledgement, but then cast behind us and started searching. So the judging team had Charles step forward a few steps when Taylor moved to the front of us to help redirect her focus and get her back on the track of that pheasant. She ultimately followed that track out well and found her pheasant. However, finding the pheasant doesn't guarantee a qualifying score and is not necessary to receive a qualifying score. We highly recommend reading through the AIMS program and test rules book, as well as attending an AIMS and rules clinic if at all possible to help further prepare you to run through the NAVHDA Natural Ability Test. Thanks for watching, and be sure to look for those other 2 videos that talk about the field and water phases of the Natural Ability Test.